Hi everyone, good afternoon. Welcome back to our third live show here at Carnation Crafts TV. I'm Dave Bradford. Hope you're having a lovely day. Thank you for tuning in on launch day. Always an exciting day of the month when we launch a brand new collection. We do that once a month at the moment. And this collection has been one of the best received I can remember in a very, very long time. The stock is just flying out the door. It really, really is. And the lovely thing is, because the guys at Carnation Crafts are so efficient, as soon as you purchase it in the show today, they're in the warehouse packing it and posting it. Many of you will actually get this tomorrow. I can't guarantee that because it depends on the postal service where you live, but certainly it's going to be leaving the warehouse this afternoon, and it's the Held Dear collection. It's been so wonderfully received. Everybody loves it. It's cute, but you don't have to use the cute characters all the time. You can use, of course, other elements of this. The first thing to look at, though, are the characters. You've got 3 of them in this, and they're slightly larger than normal, say mice, for example, that we do at Carnation. They're normally quite small. This mouse is quite large. The rabbit, adorable. Everyone's favourite seems to be, at the moment, the amazing, gorgeous hedgehog you got down the bottom there as well. And look, they've all got their hands up. Now, before we started, Carla said to me, she said, hands up if anyone's tired, if you need a nap. And we all put our hands up. That's what they're doing. They want a nap.
Of course they do. They want a little sleepage.
Exactly. So you've got 3 gorgeous characters. You've also got the slice of cheese. You've got the carrot there as well. You've got the tray to put the food on. Absolutely adorable. Then in the middle, we reckon this is the apothecary. I think that's the right word. What you've got here are a selection of jars and bottles. They could be perfume bottles, they could be jam jars, they could be jars that you're putting anything in, to be fair. And you've got the stoppers, the ornate little bottle top there that you can see. You've got the cork, you've got the twine that you can put around the neck of the jars as well. I mean, that is a very, very, very impressive selection. So you're going to get that. Next to that, you've got the beautiful foliage that you can see in the flowers. The sleek florals, we're calling these, because the stems are very, very long and sleek and elegant. I'll move that a little bit so you can see them better. There we go. Then on to the second layer down below. Everybody loves butterflies. You can never have too many of them, and these are absolutely exquisite. You get 6 different sizes and different designs of butterflies. You've got your beautiful, beautiful embellishments down there as well. Those gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous shapes, corners, and of course the main focal point down the bottom there as well. That could be paper pieced. It could be beautifully done. And then the final thing is that open envelope with the twine and the seal as well. You've got the wax seal that can go on the envelope, and you can close that envelope down, open it up, put a little gift card inside it if you want to. The whole collection launched at 9 o'clock this morning officially. There was a little tease on Facebook that Carla did yesterday. And stock update, 60% of the entire stock has gone, and we haven't even really started this show yet. So there are 2 shows scheduled for tomorrow, but it's looking very much like an early sellout for this collection. 240404. It's the Held Dear collection, $119.99. Now I've got to talk about that price for a second. It's normally going to be $134.99, and if you bought this maybe in a couple of weeks' time, that's what the price would be. But we always give you a fantastic deal, and thank you really for tuning in on launch day. We give you a great discount, taking it to under £120, $119.99, and PayPal Pay in 3 and ClearPay is there as an option if you want to spread the cost interest free. Having said that though, we have also got a couple of extra items in the show that might interest you. We've got this wonderful collection, this wonderful Tiara top card collection there. Basically, you've got numerous dies to make 2 different complete styles of card. You've got the archway, which is lovely, and then you've got that lovely kind of going to a point at the top, that tiara design. Absolutely fantastic. This is only $27.99, and it's 240411. That also has been hugely popular. 60% of that has gone as well, probably making me think that most of you seem to be going for both, but you can go for either or if you want to as well. And finally, quickly, the last thing you may well want to go with your main collection is the Held Dear Perfect Papers. Now, this is not paper, it's cardstock. It's 300 GSM, and you get, again, all of these wonderful colorways which complement the artwork from the vignettes, which you can, of course, print off right now free of charge from carnationcrafts.co.uk. That's what we call the artwork, vignettes. All that coloured in artwork for the mouse and the cheese and the flowers, it's all there for you. Print it onto your paper and you're sorted. Just wait for your dies to arrive in the next day or 2, and you can be cutting those images out perfectly. $14.99, and it's a combination of block colour, dotty designs and fine lines as well, and that's $14.99 for 48 sheets of 300 GSM cardstock, £14.99p. Okay, let's show you exactly what the main collection has got in it. Carla's here, Taz is here, we're all here for the launch today.
We are.
Talk about popular, this collection. Wow.
Of course, it's absolutely stunning, isn't it? It's just a lot as well. You get so much in it. So it's always a joy to have that. So when you get this through the post tomorrow, for those, or the day after, for those of you who've bought the whole collection, the perfect papers and your upsell, just think of how delicious that parcel's going to be. It's very exciting. So we have got your cherished glassware. This is awesome. I'll show you the dies. So that's how it will look. You've got all of the elements coming through here. So every single jar where you see the white outline is actually a separate die. That's a matte layer for you. So you can make a card base from it. So that's 5 different card shapes independently, or alternatively, it's 5 jars to go on the cards that you're making, so it's up to you which way you play that. Then you've got all of your tags as well, each one with the hole punched into those 3. This one is like your sentiment stamp holder. Now they will either go onto the string and hang down the bottle for you, or you can wrap that. So if you've got this one, you can wrap it over one of the jars, label it. We were saying in the earlier show, if you know somebody who likes making jam, for instance, you'd be able to write jam on it and maybe put that across, those kind of things to make it personal.
Do you know what, though? Most other companies that would give you dies like this for jars or vases or whatever, they just give you the die and you'd have a plain white sheet of card and that would be it. But they give you even the artwork to make it look like glass.
Yeah, we give you the artwork for free, which is really nice. So making sure that all of your needs are taken care of for your card making, we just make sure that everything is there when you need it. Now, what's really joyous is they've given you a cork for the bottle, so it might be a wine bottle, for instance, or we have also got this top here, which then obviously is your bottle stopper, but it kind of makes it a decanter, so it could be something more if you like. And we've got cut lines here that are really, really lovely. So you've got your elements through with cut lines going across that allow us to go into it. Now, Dave just showed us this card, and I'm just going to show it to you here. You see how the jar is there going across the mouse. Now, obviously, if the mouse was placed behind the jar, you wouldn't see his little body or those cheese pieces. But because we've got these very significant cut lines there, it means I can open that up and just pop him through the top, and then put that there as well, which means you've got this kind of expressive opening to the top of it, and we can create stories.
And he's so proud of the way he's found a way of undoing the
I know, bless
lid.
him. You've got your scroll, message in a bottle. You've got your rope to go around the jar. You've got your lid. You've also got your pennies. Are you saving up for a rainy day along with your bows? You've got your string that's tied up there. You've got the gorgeous little spoon and your pipette. So if you know, those medicine kind of bottle themes there as well. Then we've got your Happy Mail. I love, love, love this. And again, it's been super popular. Obviously, it was going to be popular. The envelope itself, which has again got pip marks down so you can tuck things into it. You could tuck an animal into it. You could tuck flowers into it. You could put a little gift card in there. You could do so much with it. Or you can put the florals in there. It looks gorgeous. Or go with it as it's originally planned, with your letter in there that you can stamp onto, and that just slips inside.
It could be a little announcement, maybe like you said earlier on, a scan picture or something like
Yeah,
that.
absolutely. It's just really, really pretty. It'd go really well with bundles of joy, wouldn't it? You've then got your wax seal that sits on top of it as well, your string to tie up your letters, your sticky tape, everything working together for Happy Mail, which we love, love, love.
Then the characters.
And then here they are, the cheeky Carnation chappies. So we have got your beautiful bunny there with those gorgeous ears that kind of look like bunches, you know, so they're really pretty, aren't they? They've got that lovely flow. Then you've got the little hedgehog sitting down here with his gorgeous little toe beans. You've got the mouse, the Carnation mouse. We know him and love him very, very much. This is in larger form. Then you've got the plate or the tray that they're holding, and that's holding above. They don't have to have that, but it's a nice baseline, a grounding device for your cheese and for your carrots.
But they could also be having a bit of a rave.
They could be at the rave.
They could be reaching up for a hug.
You could make a glitter disco ball out of card above it, and they could all be like dancing. Put some headphones on. They could be at a silent disco. It's all very, very awesome. But that's your characters, and they're so cute. It's the detailing, isn't it? Such as every single little spine for the hedgehog coming out. Just those gorgeous details that we see and love in Carnation so much. And can I just say that Bunny's eyebrows are just a thing of beauty. Love them.
I didn't notice those before.
Did you not? It's really gorgeous little eyebrows on the bunny, which just give it character and expression. Then we've got your gorgeous butterflies here. Look how pretty they are when they close.
And there's artwork for these as well.
by.
They're not just plain white.
They look real.
They do.
I'm obsessed with these wings. So you're fluttering by. Again, you've got shade lines on them. So we're giving you colour work for this. We're giving you the details that come through. So you'll see all the artwork there. But you've got that gorgeous shade line on the inside for this one. You've also got then the colour detail of that blue coming through on the wings of this one. That matches in with the glassware and the perfect papers, everything coming together. The shading also on this one, you'll notice that you've got a large and a small for each one. So for each shape, there's a big one and a small one, depending how you want to craft and what you want to do. Butterflies always being our best mistake coverer-upper. Then you've got your sleek florals here. So you've got those beautiful long line, elegant floral stems. These are going to come in for your foliage, you're building your bouquets. Are you going to put them in the jars? Are you going to leave them open? Are you going to make corners with them? Are you going to make L's? If you think about, for instance, this one, having one on an, if you do an 8x8, one going up, one going across, and then building a corner with those florals and those flourishes, already perfect, isn't it? You've got the beautiful colours, and they are so deep and rich, the colours in the artwork this time. Your gorgeous pinks, yellows, you've got the purples coming through as well. I think that looks like a poppy. I'm hoping I'm correct with that, but that is going to be a real boon for you in November as well when we send those very, very significant
very
cards.
much like a poppy to me.
I'm sure it is. I don't want to say categorically because flowers obviously escape my knowledge. Then we've got your fanned flourishes, one of my favourite boards in this whole set. These dies are insanely beautiful. The corner flourish, which is so important. You'll see us working with this in demo today. And then that main central flourish, which either can be used to do over the edge on your cards. It can be used as a background piece or tuck it into those florals, whichever you want. But either way, it's going to look incredible. And that is the collection that we've got for you today. Hell Dear is just beautiful and so pretty. It's gorgeous.
Just a bit of a heads up for those of you watching us on Facebook and YouTube. Suzanne is in sunny Netley near Southampton in her caravan, enjoying the sunshine. That's good to hear. Yolanda is saying hello from Holland. Oh, I've got some news for you in a second if you're watching in a different part of the world. We all need a nana nap, Suzanne says. Yvonne says, good afternoon, everyone. Can see the animals holding the scroll and your mortarboard die on their heads for a lovely graduation card.
That's absolutely true. Yep. Also, you know, things like if you look at the pick and mix dies that Carnation have got on their website, there'll be bits and elements in there as well that'll go really, really well with those little characters. You what? Sorry. The pie, the cupcake.
Oh,
there's
so
the big
holding the
yeah. There's a big cupcake as well. There's loads of elements in pick and mix. So while you're going through these, that's a really great way to also add other pieces that you can use with this collection.
Now, also, we've got this fantastic, this wonderful tiara-shaped card die set as well. Now, this is two different shapes. You've got the archway and you've got the one that goes to a pinnacle and point at the top, which I said earlier on looks a little bit like the Taj Mahal inspiration on that one. But look at that. Isn't that lovely?
Stunning, isn't it? It's going to be one of your biggest boons in your crafting arsenal because it's not just your average card shape at all. As always with Carnation, they always give us incredible card shapes, and we've come to get used to that. We know it's going to be incredible. This one you get into in one to start off with, at least. You get the main card shape, you've got your gorgeous filigree, and then you've got your archway card shape as well. So that can be used separately, or you can build it up. Then you get this set of nested, and actually that would make a card in and of itself as well. But they can be sentiment holders, they can be apertures, they can be layers, they can be so many things. So you've got a multitude of options before you ever begin just there.
Absolutely.
Right there.
Yep.
Do you want the filigree? Do you want to take the filigree away? It's up to you. This is the most incredible card shape ever. Let
me show you a few of the cards that I've got in front of me. Janine in the design team has done this one, and this is using that wonderful tiara shape in the back, but also using some of those layers in the front, and she's made an incredible shaker card out of that one using one of the smaller jars or vases. And then if you just use the archway card shapes, look how beautiful these are. That's an easel card made from those. Beautifully done. I haven't got a name on that one, so I can't credit you, whoever did that, but thank you for it. Look at this one. This is from Barbara. Now, that's just multiple layers of plain white cardstock, but it's so effective. It looks almost like you know, like a monument. That could be stone. It's actually cardstock, obviously, but really gorgeous. And then again, using the Tiara effect. That's done by Lavinia from the design team.
The colours are so rich in this collection.
And look at that one. That's using both together. So you've got the archway and you've got the tiara all beautifully combined together. Another one quickly to show you. This one's done by Pam Simpson. And look at that. Isn't it gorgeous? So it works with this collection beautifully, but it is a standalone purchase if you'd like it. 240411 is your item number for the Tiara top card shape. $27.99 is all you need to pay for that today. Just a quick word if you are watching us outside of the UK. UK, of course, if you spend over £50, it's free P&P with Carnation. If you're watching us in America or Australia or Holland, as Yolanda was, then your P&P is £4.95. That's if you're going for the main collection. If you're going for anything else like Perfect Papers, which obviously ups the weight of your package, your P&P is £14.95. So if you're watching us abroad somewhere, you too can purchase this collection while we still have the stock. Just thought I'd let you know that. Okay, let's move on into demo number 1, shall we?
Yeah, let's have a look at using it as an aperture, that main card shape, or the Tiara top card shape as well. And we'll go through demo today, try and get as much in for you as possible to show you the different variants. And we will be back with you tomorrow as well, so we can show you some other stuff then.
Well, you will be. I won't be. Not tomorrow.
Well, I might kidnap you, Dave. Might not let you leave.
I'm quite happy with that.
Actually, no, you can go.
Thanks. You suddenly thought about
Dave.
it. Yeah.
Well, I don't know if I could cope, Dave. It's only my bedroom.
Oh, I'll sleep in here.
So what we've got is the aperture cut out here. So that archway already cut. And so what we're creating here almost is a house shape, right? So we're creating something different. So this could be like a house, an animal house. Remember when we did Everyone's Best Friend and all of those dogs were there? Is this going to be a little dog kennel for you? How many different ways can we find to use this card shape? It's incredible. There's literally this never-ending ream of things that we can do with it, which is why it's so important. That's what we're asking for. That's what we want. And I love that shape, and I love it with the aperture, those shadows, bringing in all of that fun play away. So I've got this on a 5mm foam tape just to raise it up. I won't take all of those off just for the sake of time, but just using tiny little pieces there just to make sure I've got that rise on it. 5mm, allowing me a nice depth and a nice height. I'm just going to move that slightly closer. Sorry guys, because I can't bend over and look at it. And I'm just going to place that uponst there.
That reminds me of the pavilions in Brighton as well. You know, the Royal Palace in Brighton. They've got roofs like that.
Yes, it's evocative of so many things. It also reminds me of what you call them. You know, on a beach you get the little beach huts.
Beach huts.
It reminds
That's
me
a
of
posh
that kind
hut.
of shape too. It's just a nice. There's a nice aesthetic to it, isn't there? Right, using one of those little smaller archway dies, I'm going to bring in some colour here. Purposefully chosen the yellow for it because it works with the idea that I'm going with. So we're just going to get some wet glue here.
And honestly, the Perfect Papers, don't miss out on those because it's just the icing on the cake when you've got the main collection and the artwork. And the artwork's free to download and print off right now. If you go to carnationcrafts.co.uk, downloads, free downloads, you'll see the artwork there for you.
Right, going in with this everyday glue. Very, very low water content on this glue, which is really, really important. It makes it almost like a construction glue. I did bore Dave with all the details of my glue discoveries when I was off. You not remember at Hobby Maker when I was telling you I researched glue?
Oh, yes. Yes, I was enthralled.
He really wasn't.
That's probably why I can't remember it. I glazed over, I think.
I fully researched
I know you
glue.
did. Yeah.
It's really exciting world glue. I love it. Anyway.
We'd be lost without it.
It's sticky. So I'm just going to place this here. Well, no, I won't. I won't. I really want to tell you all about my discoveries, but I won't because I realise I'm quite a dull person. We'll place that on top of there.
Dull is not a word I'd use for you,
Don't shake
Carla.
your head. I'm not old. I really love glue. Right, let's bring in this scroll. And this is going to sit at the side of my picture here. And I'm just going to diagonal that out, okay? Just tucking it slightly. And that's just to give it that little visual impact there. So just placing in.
That could be your degree in glue.
My degree in glue?
Mm.
My actual degree is in something far more boring than that.
Have you got one?
I've got a master's degree.
Oh, of course you have. Oh, forgot about that.
Yes. Post-modern literature.
Oh, dear.
I don't even pretend to be interested these days. Right, I'm going to use my ball tool to just roll around his tummy.
Oh, he's had his lunch.
Oof, Dave, he's full. And then we're just going to use the smaller one just to do his little ears.
And I know many of you watching have actually got the smaller mice from previous collections. This is a bigger one, so he could be in the front. The others could be maybe behind, like an audience with.
Just cute. When my littlies, when my boys were little, and I was having to, you know, if they were on a changing mat and I was changing them, I would always, when I was trying to get their t-shirts off, just shout at them, "Put your hands in the air like you just don't care." And they would put their hands up so I could get their vests off. And that's what that reminds me of.
Do they still do that now?
No, they barely speak to me these days.
You should talk to them about glue.
Oh, that could be it. Yeah, glue will do it.
Yeah. I don't mind. Oh, I've put the glue on that side. Let me just put some on the top.
Oh, and that's, by the way, a double-sided vignette. So you've got a front and a back, or a left and a right with the mouse. And you can choose to print either the single ones off, or the double-sided, or both. It's up to you. They're free.
So you don't want to hear any more about my glue stories then, Dave?
What was that time?
Well, you should do what my mum does, where she goes, "I'll have to go, someone's knocking." Thanks, Mum. Bless her.
All we need to know is the glue that Carnation has is the best. So
Really low water content. It's really important.
Yeah. That's all we need to know, really. You know,
It means it's really strong.
you're biting your lip.
It's the best glue you can get.
You're chomping at the bit. You want to spill the beans about the glue?
I really do. I'll get you one day, Dave. When we're sat in the green room and you've got nowhere to go. And you've just started eating your lunch, so I know you're trapped. I'll do it then, Dave.
You will.
Right, let's have a look at this. Now, I've left, obviously, white space at the top here, and I want to fill that and just give it a little bit of extra oomph. I'm just going to cover my workings here with this one, so that's going to go into the corner. I'll do that one with wet glue just because I don't want my silicone glue splodging. So we're just going to put that in that little corner element. There's a little mouse in his house. He's very, very efficient with what he's doing.
Suzanne is saying, tell us more, Carla. Suzanne, don't encourage her.
Oh, Suzanne, your name will be like mud in here if you do things like that. They'll be like, good Lord. It's really exciting.
Oh, Vera Bow from the design team's messaged. Good afternoon, all. Gorgeous collection. Thank you, Vera. It is, isn't it? And gorgeous cards you've made as well. Thanks for that.
Vera is a powerhouse of talent. She really is. Right, let's start making this pretty. I'm going to put it upside down. Oh, no, I'll put it the right way around. I'm just going to bowl it down, but we'll bowl it this way instead. Right, what I'm going to do here is just add in different colours. So I've got, let me just put that one there. Shape this one.
And of course, all the cut lines are in there for a very good reason that makes shaping it easier. They're all there for a reason.
Pull out that dimension, place in. I'm just going to frame down.
Yep.
I'm so smitten with these florals.
Well, it's that time of the year now as well, isn't it? We're all thinking about going out to the garden centre, buying some things to plant.
Dave.
The daffodils are out. Driving to you today, there's a line of daffodils lining the road just round the corner from you. Amazing.
My cherry blossoms are all out, which I love as well. Daffodils to me always signify Mother's Day because it was whenever I went to Sunday school, we always used to go and pick them from the Beverley Minster Gardens to take home to our mother. God, I really do need I need a life. I bore myself sometimes. Right. Pop this in here. Look at that. Pretty, pretty card making.
Beautiful. Look at that.
Easy, easy card making.
On Carnation, make it easy. They gave you the tools, they give you the characters, they give you the artwork, and that's really Carnation's thank you to you. Normally when you buy a die set from anywhere else, you buy the dies, you cut the card, then you've got to paint it, colour it with pencils, colour it with pens, do whatever you need, which is fine, and that's a lovely process as well. But Carnation know that you want to make the best card possible, so they give you the artwork. Nick and the team in the office in the UK set about creating these amazing images with wonderful colours, and rather than saying, oh yeah, you can buy the artwork, they say, well, if you buy the dies, we'll give you the artwork for free, and that's what you can do. So many of you have said that you've already had an email from the team at Carnation saying that your order has been picked and packed and it's on the way. Many of you will get that tomorrow. We can't guarantee it, depends on the postage obviously. But if you go to our website, carnationcrafts.co.uk, to purchase, while you're there, after you've bought it, go to downloads, click on free downloads, and then you'll see all the artwork from this collection and previous collections. Most of it is free, certainly for this collection at the moment. If you buy the dies, it will be free. There'll be background papers on there as well that you can print off too, which complement this. So it's all, that's their free gift to you, to say thank you for buying the collection. Now, this has been the most well-received collection, I think, of the year so far that I can remember, because on the day one of the 3 shows, this is the third of the 3, 60% of the entire stock has gone. There are 2 more shows tomorrow, and if it's still as busy tomorrow as it is today, that will be a sellout. So get in quick and purchase yours. We have got ClearPay and we have got PayPal Pay in 3 if you want to split the cost of this into 3. But of course, if you buy it later, you'll be paying $134.99. If you get it now on launch day, you're getting it at the discounted price where you get another 10% off down to $119.99. Everybody gets that fantastic price. And don't forget the Tiara card shape over there is proving hugely popular as well. And that's just $27.99 if you want that. And that's the archway and the tiara combined in one die shape. So please check out that as well. This gives you another little look at what the design team have been doing. Take a look. Gorgeous, absolutely gorgeous images, gorgeous characters, gorgeous themes as well. And I mean, these apothecary jars can be used for anything. They can be purely decorative. You can be putting things in them like jam and that sort of thing. You can be letting maybe butterflies escape from some of them, which you're getting in the collection as well. And don't forget, of course, the perfect papers for held dear is an absolute must. Let me just do a few more finished samples for you.
While
actually.
Dave's just searching, can I just say that his eyes watering is because he's been coughing and not because I made him cry or talked about glue so much that he started
Are they
crying.
watering?
Yes, you had. Oh. You look like you've been sobbing.
No, just my throat. Right, now if I just put one of these cards next to the perfect papers, look, there you can see how beautifully well the colours work. If you look at the colour of the carrot, for example, that coordinates beautifully well with that kind of mustard colour. You've got your pinks and your greens in there as well, which you'll find in the foliage and in the flowers. So it's important to, you know, get your perfect papers, because without them, you might struggle to find cardstock that you've already got at home that matches colour-wise beautifully. This has been engineered by Carnation and the team to make sure the colours are perfect to complement the artwork. A few more cards quickly. Some of these you may have seen on previous shows. This one I know I'm about to hold up, Carla did in the second show, so you can watch that back on Facebook or indeed on YouTube if you want to. But there they are, look, hands in the air, holding the plates with, of course, the carrot and the cheese on the top. Lavinia from the design team has done this one, really lovely. Going back to the...
It's like he's in bed.
I know it does a bit, doesn't it? And then the tiara, going back to that card shape just for a second, that's just the archway from the tiara and all those beautiful mats and layers that you've got there using the perfect papers again. And then the actual tiara part of that collection, Vera's been using on this one, just using the florals in one of those vases, and it looks gorgeous. No characters on that. Maybe they're not always appropriate, but they're there when you want them. So yeah, there's the tiara, 240411, but that is just as popular as the main collection today. When we saw it, we knew it would be, didn't we?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, it's stunning. It's really stunning. And from the minute I saw it, it's just happy, isn't it? It's happiness in a set. We're going to do a demo with a bit of a different flavour. So we're going to have a look at doing something that's not character-led, so to speak. So let's have a look at some of the other elements that you're getting in this as well. So I've started off by an 8x8. And I'm just going to do the usuals. Held towards my body, shuffle, and push down for that card base. So that's given me my platform to begin with. Coming in with your perfect papers, that beautiful pistachio green. It's so pretty. It's such a rich depth of colour. So everything that we do on top is going to pop, and that's really lovely to see. So placing that down roughly about a square.
That is a gorgeous green, isn't it?
It's a really rich tone, and obviously those leaves that I keep talking about in this collection as well, it just goes perfectly with those. Added in with those dots, there's something very summery about this, hasn't it? It's got all the colours of the bake-off in it. It's really pretty, gorgeous tones.
That's a good way of describing it. Yeah.
It has, yeah. It's just summer, isn't it? There's something evocative about it. Placing that on there.
I found since the clocks went forward, my mood's improved.
I think light mornings and light nights just help with your, well, certainly for me, they help with my mental health. There's, I don't do well
leaving work at say 5 in the evening and it's still light. It's just
lovely. I'm not in with all the darkness business. I'm not a fan of winter, I have to say. I just place that on top, so I've got that stunning platform, that colourway. Those perfect papers are literally to die for. They're so beautiful in this collection. So let's have a look at your corner flourishes, these fan flourishes. The importance and the value of these shouldn't be underestimated. They're so beautiful, and we're going to use them just as a textural device on the edges of these cards. So just placing in and through. Tiny amounts of glue, little bit there. Let's place that corner element in. And just make sure we've got that adhesion working through. And then I'm going to mirror that on the other side. See how pretty they are as textural pieces? These are they're just such important dies.
Love them.
They're so pretty, aren't they?
And you can leave them like that, almost like a web, or you can put acetate around them, colour them with alcohol pens, paper piece them. They'd look great either way.
Absolutely stunning. So
and 4 of those make a circle.
They would, Dave. They would.
Yeah.
I love that. It's almost like the card's been embossed, hasn't it? You can sort of get that sort of sense of it being embossed, which is really, really beautiful. So working from that, I'm now going to bring in the arched element from my Tiara topped card shape. And I'm just taking the filigree piece this time. So nothing more, it's just that one simple cut on your die cutting machine. Remember, whenever we're cutting filigree from Carnation, because it's so delicate and so kind of detailed, cut tidy will be your best friend when you're doing. If ever you're cutting anything that's very, very detailed, cut tidy is just going to help you give that extra shim, and Carnation have got it. It's brilliant.
If you've never tried cut tidy, it's a game changer. It really, really is. It's going to save you so much time cleaning out your dies and stuff like that.
So placing this archway just straight in the center of those two elements so that my shadow play comes through from that filigree. So I've raised it up quite extensively on a 5mm there. So if you've got foam tape at home and you don't have it with a 5mm depth, just add 2 pieces of foam tape on top of each other to give you that raise. That will give you the shadow play that you're looking for. And then we're going to come in with some florals here and start to decorate this up. So I'll be as quick as I can.
And those 2 leaves, they actually could make a lovely foliage corner.
Absolutely, you could do so much with them. So on what Dave's saying here is, if I was to place those, I'm not going to, but just so you can see, if I was to place those there, for instance, I could come in with some colours just to give you an identifier to place in. Build the same at the bottom here and pop a sentiment on top there, and that would be glorious. It's actually not what I'm going to do for this demo. I want to leave my textural pieces open because I think they're so pretty. But we are going to use these florals because they're just so pretty. I'll be quick. I'm just going to shape that. So just working through on that spiral methodology, just...
Hi to Christine Brown, by the way, on Facebook. She just
Hey,
said,
Christine.
good afternoon, everyone. Nice to know you're watching, Christine.
Hope you're okay, Christine, and enjoying your afternoon. Just working these florals through. I don't know if I'll use them all, but I do have all of my options here. Lots of these leaves, lots of this foliage coming into play just to give it that break in colour, and also those strong greens matching in with my perfect papers, so that glorious sort of pistachio colour. I almost want it to dominate, but I want that flash of colour from those florals as well. So building up.
I mean, the card itself already looks so rich and opulent. Looks as if it's going to be expensive.
It's just pretty, isn't it?
Yeah.
The filigree, the power of those shadows as well that comes from the design that Nick does on his filigree is so impressive, isn't it? So working out my florals here and just working out how I'm going to place them and where I'm going to place them. So I'm going to start off in the centre. I always find it easier to start in the centre and work my way around, especially if I'm working in an arch. And that is obviously because I can balance the archway going round. So the first thing I'll do is place my florals, and then I will tuck my leaves in. So I'm going to have that tuck-in element, and Carnation do tuck-ins just wonderfully well.
Now the collection, 65%
Woof.
of the day's collection launch has gone. 65% gone. So tomorrow from 10, when there are 2 more live shows, what we'll be left with? Lots of people work during the day, can't watch this until the evening. They watch it back on Facebook or YouTube. So 65% of the stock has gone live. 70% has gone of the Tiara card shape. So that now is in the lead. Looks like it's going to be selling out first of all. So still very, very busy for this collection, and the Tiara too.
So building these flowers around the archway just to give it a floral arch, tucking in. So we develop that colourway going through. Now I'm going to take some of these leaves, sorry I stopped talking,
That's all right.
and just place that colour, that pop of green. It's so strong and very beautiful. And we're going to do that all the way around the arch. So I'm going to start here and then match it through, and then bring 2 in at the top. You're going to use these leaves so often. Genuinely smitten with these. They're so pretty, and it's instant glory.
And so much of what's in here you can use with previous collections that you've got from Carnation as well. I know lots of you like to mix them up, and this is truly versatile. The flowers and the foliage, definitely.
Look at that, just pretty.
And that's like a garden feature, isn't it? Like a trellis in a garden.
Yeah, really beautiful. And I love the idea of that with this filigree sitting inside it. And then a couple of purples, again, breaking up the colourway. And it's just a small visual cue of, you know, a broken sort of colourway, which is what we're looking for, just to give it that little pop. Now, we're not going to do much more with this card, but I do want to obviously finish it, and it looks slightly unfinished as it is. So, here we go.
A butterfly.
We take the butterfly, we take its wing and its wing. So we've got that stem there. Then, gently, take your pokey, curve that wing right round.
And can you see how subtle the artwork is as well? The colouring, that light blue tinge on the wings of the butterfly. So you're not using very much ink at all when you're using this artwork, but nevertheless it's there and it's been done to perfection.
Right, now, because I've got such a bend on those wings, just by going round, I'm going to place a little bit of adhesion there, and then right on the tip of that wing, and on the tip of this one.
And that's where those everyday applicators come in.
Yeah, this is when you need these.
Yeah. Real precision.
places the wing tip down where you've put the adhesion. Now, under normal circumstances, you're going to need to hold that, and that's going to hold it in place. I don't have time, obviously, to sit here for the next 5 minutes, and I'm sure you're not interested enough to actually watch me do that either, but that will adhere it to that. Shadows through and through. So what we're doing here is pronouncing the shadow that's underneath the filigree by producing it underneath the butterfly. You're giving gravity to everything. And when we produce gravity, because obviously as humans we're looking for the sort of the physics of it, we want gravity, it makes sense of everything, and shadows do that for us.
So apart from the butterfly, there's no character on that. It's just purely the florals and the arch element of the tiara card shape as well, and they go together so well. The Held Dear collection is what we're looking at today. This is the third and final show of launch day. It is launch day. 65% of the entire collection has gone. This is what the brilliant design team at Carnation Crafts did when they actually had theirs. See what they've made. So if you fancy getting the collection today, the good news is there's still one that can have your name and address on it, but that opportunity is dwindling. They're going very, very fast. 240404 is the brand new collection today, launched today, Monday, and it's the Held Dear collection with the characters, with the flowers, the apothecary bottles and jars. You've got the butterflies, those wonderful flourishes, and of course the open envelope that could have all sorts of things inside it. Just a couple of samples that we maybe haven't shown you yet. Lavinia Newton has done a lovely, really kind of quite minimal, skinny card, but really, really lovely. That could be a perfume bottle with that scroll there as well. Using the art shape from the Tiara card shape. Isn't that lovely? That's a double one done by Sue Dalrymple on the design team. I love those multiple envelopes there. It makes you wonder what's inside them. You know, is it love letters? Is it love letters?
You could actually pop a little note inside them. You could get them to open those with something in.
Yeah, you could. And again, that's another one of the arches from the card shape. And then this one quickly really makes me laugh because that's why he's got his arms outstretched. Look at that. Janine's done that one. So he's managed to get a carrot from the jar and he's really pleased with himself. There you go. 240404. We've got enough time, hopefully, to do one more quick demo, actually.
Yeah, I'm going to do a little one. We're going to do a little tiny card. We're going to use one of those glasswares for you. I'm going to use the smallest one. So we're just going to look at that as a card base on its own because it's super sweet. And I think as a card is something very, very lovely. So I've, again, done it. Same thing. Always do my temp bases the same. Ooh, feels very strange to be working on something this tiny.
Now, Jackie Ward, we are truly global here at Carnation. Jacqueline Ward says, I've made it, sorry, late, but visiting son in Australia.
Wow.
The time difference meant I've missed the first few, but we'll catch up. Beautiful collection. Jackie, wow, watching us in Australia. Hope you're having a lovely time. And Christine Brown says, what a breathtaking collection.
It really is. It's what's the word? I suppose outstanding is the word that I'm looking for. Like it stands out as being incredible. So I'm just going to use the glassware artwork provided in this collection to sit on top. And base that down. Okay, so just, isn't that gorgeous? A little card, just a sentiment on there would be absolutely lovely. Now I want to tuck in some florals, which is why I used my silicone gel glue there, and the stems that I'm going to put in, I'm going to put down. Now I've got choices about height here, and again I will reiterate Carnation's ability, or the ability that we have with Carnation to snip into the dies should not be undervalued, because the pip lines that are in there make sense of what we cut. They make it make sense for us, and that helps. So I get to choose here as to how high I want them to be, where do I want them to be, and what value am I going to place on them. I want the height from them. I don't necessarily want all of them to be in vision, so I'm going to put them behind. So I'm just going to steal from that silicone gel glue. So I'm just going to place in, lift them, raise them, and just make sure they make sense with the jar below. And then I'm going to pop the green foliage inside. Now I want to just take away a little bit of that stem. Not much, it's just a little bit too long, and I don't want it to be that unwieldy for what I'm doing. I'm working with a very small space, so I don't want to over egg the pudding. So I'm just going to place that in. Like so.
Love it.
And already we're getting something very, very sweet, aren't we? Very sort of cute and lovely, and a little sentiment would be nice. But we're going to build some florals on it because they're just beyond cute. So we're going to go straight in with those leaves and these. Again, I'll be fast, I promise. Oh, can you hear it cracking?
Yes.
That's your cut lines.
Right.
That's where your paper's giving.
And if you didn't have those cut lines, you might find that the card would crease or crinkle a bit.
It would just, yeah, because basically you're irritating the fibres in the paper, you're destroying them. And so if you don't have any give and any leeway in there, it won't succumb to what you're doing.
To do. Yeah.
Again, the interest in my conversation skills. Good Lord, honestly, sorry. Oh well.
We love you.
Somebody's got to be boring. I'm happy to take them out.
Carla Bagshaw, I can assure you, everyone at home, is not boring. Far from it.
Clumsy.
Well, yeah.
Although, Dave, you've got no room to talk on that. I think you and I outdo each other with that.
What, clumsiness?
Yeah, dude. Your balance. Honestly. Let's place that in there. So we're just extending out. How pretty is that? Isn't that so sweet? Just those
Gorgeous.
beautiful
Yep.
little flowers. Love, love, love. I'm so smitten with this collection. What an absolute joy.
I mean, all Carnation's collections are great, and all of them are popular, but this one has been even more popular than normal. It's just kind of, I don't know, it's just, I think people are just registering with it and connecting with it.
It's because I think, I don't know how to phrase it really. I don't want to get into any weird, political ground, but I think everybody's tired. The world's in turmoil, isn't it, a little bit? And so when we see something that's so full of joy, we all want to take part in that. And I think that's a lovely place to be. I'm just going to pop a daisy at the top of this just to...
So now, with all
Scooch
these
that
animals
in.
with their arms up, you've now got to train your Phyllis and Corny and your other cat, I can't remember her name,
Miss Babs.
Miss Babs, to raise their paws up.
If I had any control of my animals at all, it would be a joy. However, Dave, they all just do whatever
next
they
time
like.
I come in, they've got to put their paws up.
I think Cornelius would...
He'd do that.
He would if he could. He's not the brightest of dogs. He's very beautiful and lovely, but man alive. Right.
There you go. That is so sweet. Look at it. You don't have to make big cards for them to be amazing. And sometimes the smallest cards are the cutest and the most loved, and I think that will be one of those. Absolutely.
It looks like a rabbit.
Looks like a rabbit.
It does because of these.
with the
I
ears.
just looking at that. Well, there you go. You could
Yeah.
put the rabbit in front of it and
Could
you'd be
do.
able to do that.
I'll show you a few more finished samples before we say cheerio for today. Now this one is Lavinia's, who's done this, using the Tiara card shape again to great effect. But just look at that little fella's face. The rabbit holding up the letter, but what's in the letter? It could be anything. And to be fair, you could, if you wanted to, actually open that. You can have it actually, the die comes with the envelope open, but there's nothing stopping you folding that over and shutting the envelope down and having something actually in it as a surprise for somebody. Obviously nothing too big, but it could be a little ticket to something, or maybe you've booked a show or a trip somewhere. You can have the word of the place that you've booked inside the envelope as a real surprise. So it's not just a card, it could be a wonderful way of giving a lovely, thoughtful gift. And again, saying that you don't always have to make the largest cards, just using the archway shape that you've got in the Tiara topped card shapes are just gorgeous. So you can make them multi-layers, you can make them single layers, it's entirely up to you. I'm just trying to find a few more that maybe you've not seen in this show. This one, who's done this one? This is Barbara Treadwell. Hi Barbara, and all of the design team, they've done an amazing job. But I mean, it's not hard work, is it, when you've got characters and
Not
artwork
at all,
like this.
because they're just all delightful. Look
Yeah.
at him.
Absolutely. And look at the dimension. Can you see how 3D it is?
Look at the leaves on the bottom and how they create that gorgeous grounding for everything there, the way they've been built up.
Absolutely.
Joyous way of working.
Let me grab another one down here. We haven't got much room here, so they do tend to kind of all get stacked on top of each other. Let me show you this one. This is one that Carla did in the 11 o'clock show this morning. So the 9 o'clock and 11 o'clock shows are there for you to watch back on Facebook or YouTube if you want to. If maybe like, who was it that said that they were in Australia? Jackie. Yeah, if you've missed some of the shows because you're away or whatever, you can watch them back. I just hope if you're watching this on a repeat or on demand that the stock is still there for you. Christine Brown says, breathtaking collection. Suzanne Page, you're wonderful, Carla. You teach us all lots. And Yvonne says, some flower seeds in the envelope with a beautiful flower cut. That's
Yeah,
a good
I
idea.
love that idea. I absolutely love that idea.
Yeah, that would go down a storm. So the collection, let me remind you of the three things you really need to consider going for today. Obviously, the main collection is key. That's what all of you seem to be absolutely loving. 65% last we heard has gone. I dare say if you're watching us later in the day or on a demand show, that will be greater, the stock update. It's 240404, 119.99 with free P&P if you're in the UK. If you're watching us abroad internationally, whether you're in Australia like Jackie or whether you're in maybe Holland like someone else that said they were earlier on, it's $4.95 shipping and handling for you. I know we get lots of viewers in America that watch these shows as well. And if you put anything else in like the Perfect Papers, that takes your shipping and handling to $14.95. But you can order if you're watching us abroad. If you're thinking, oh no, not in the UK, I can't get it. Yes, you can. And don't forget the Tiara topped card shape is absolutely exquisite, available separately to this collection. You can buy it on its own. You can buy it with all of it if you want to, but it's £27.99 and it's 240411. Thank you ever so much from Mark, Nick, the whole team at Carnation Crafts HQ for your orders today and for tuning into the shows. Carla and Taz are going to be back tomorrow with two shows, 10 o'clock and midday, isn't it, tomorrow?
Yeah.
And from me, thank you for watching as well. I'll see you again here, same time next month. Enjoy your collection.